Next is Lindsay from Suburban Turmoil.
On a brightly lit stage, once upon a time, 4 men swiveled their hips to raucous music, while an audience of young mothers screamed and swooned and waved their arms in desperate supplication. As one of the men leaped into the audience and ran up the aisle, a small horde of women followed, flashing pictures and grabbing for his elbow, his hair, any bit of him that they could reach with their manicured hands. You think I'm talking about the Chippendales, right? Wrong. It was the Wiggles, live and in the flesh at Nashville's Municipal Auditorium. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Wiggles, they are a merry band of Australian men who sing and dance their way through a half-hour program on the Disney Channel. Like millions of toddlers around the world, my daughter has fallen captive to their mesmerizing charms, and so have I. Oh, at first I tried to ignore them, straightening up the toy-strewn playroom when they appeared on the TV screen. But it wasn't long before the toot-toot and chugga-chugga of their big red car had me taking a second look. Greg, the leader of the group, was unmistakably handsome, but Anthony had very nice eyes. Now, Murray and Jeff seemed to be the wingmen, but I could see how some might find them attractive. Before long, I was racing my daughter to the television when the Wiggles came on. Curled up on the sofa, I'd snicker when they sang the song Hot Potato. And I'd wonder if any of the Wiggles had a little something-something going on the side with that pretty female dancer who played the police officer. Oh, she acted so innocent, but I saw the way she'd been looking at my Anthony. Bitch. Now, in the back of my mind, I realized that some would say I was losing it. But it had been a long, long, long time since I had watched adult television. The Wiggles were all I had to work with, okay? And as it turned out, I wasn't alone. My baby loves the Wiggles, a friend of mine confided during an afternoon at the playground. Really? Which one is your favorite? I asked. Greg, she said. I just think he's so cute. Cuter than Anthony? She nodded. I mean, his curly black hair. I just want to run my fingers through it. Greg is fine, another mom said, leaning forward from a park bench next to ours. But you know who's really hot? The Kratt brothers on Zoboomafoo. The Kratt brothers, my friend exclaimed. On PBS, right? I've been meaning to check them out. Do, said the mom. I call them my afternoon delight. Still, when I was at the Wiggles' Nashville appearance, I laughed at the women who chased after Jeff Wiggle as he ran through the audience. Can you believe those moms? I said to my husband. What are they thinking? I know, he said. I saw this one woman just now, and she... Lindsay? In an instant, I had snatched up my daughter and climbed over my seat to the walkway. Jeff Wiggle was headed our way. As he ran by, I held out my hand and we high-fived. In that brief, spine-tingling moment, our eyes met. The world stopped on its axis, and I screamed. Jeff moved on, and I looked down at my husband in his seat, who was sadly shaking his head. I can't believe you did that, he said as I sat back down. I know, I said. What's Anthony going to think when he finds out? Thank you.
Okay, our next category is Letter to My Body, which was a BlogHer initiative, and it got quite a few posts throughout the network. Thank you. Anyway, our first person is Yvonne from Joy Unexpected.
Hello. Life-changing words. This morning I read something that has shaken me to the core of my being. I was reading a post at BlogHer by Denise on a book titled Perfect Girls, Starving Daughters. The subject is near and dear to my heart because I am a mother to a daughter and I am a woman who has spent the majority of her life hating her body. The last line of her post knocked the wind out of me, and I'd been crying ever since I read it. Denise wrote, "More than half of American women 18 to 25 would prefer to be run over by a truck or die young than be fat. More than 2/3 would rather be mean or stupid than be fat. Would you rather be mean or stupid than fat? And what exactly is fat? 5 pounds overweight? 50 pounds? At what point would you rather be dead? If you're a mom, at what point would your daughter want to be dead? Have you asked her? It is quite possible that those words, that one question, has forever changed me. I want desperately to put into words why it has affected me so deeply, but I'm having a hard time. Perhaps the answer is really as simple as this. I don't ever want my daughter to feel the way that I have felt for most of my adult life about my body. I may not have ever wished to be dead rather than be fat, but in so many ways, I've been dead. I've locked myself in my house. I've avoided people that I love. I've missed out on birthday parties and weddings and girls' nights out because I was too ashamed to be seen in public as a fat person. That's sick and twisted in itself, but the fact is that up until 4 years ago, I wasn't fat, but I thought I was. And now I am fat, and I struggle to come to terms with this body. I hate it. I will always hate being fat. I'm uncomfortable. I hate that my thighs rub together when I walk. I hate that I can feel my belly hanging when I sit down. I hate that I can see lumps in my arms when I look in the mirror. But does that have to mean that I hate who I am and that I have to walk around feeling like I need to apologize to the people in my presence for being fat? Sometimes I feel like my body hate is a drug and I'm addicted. I wasn't happy when I was thin. I'm not happy when I'm fat. I'm ashamed that I feel this way about my body. I hate hurting people that I love, and yet every day I wake up and make a choice to hate myself for being fat. Does this even make sense? I've made some positive changes in regards to this issue. I'll give you an example. I used to use horrifying language when talking about my body, and I've made the choice not to do that anymore. I would call myself a fat pig, repulsive, a big cow, and even worse. But even though I don't talk about myself in that manner anymore, I still feel that way about myself. My daughter, she's watching me and she's learning from me, and even though I may not walk around the house saying I'm a fat pig who doesn't deserve to enjoy my life like I used to, I most certainly am not living life to the fullest because of my weight. At what point would your daughter want to be dead? Have you asked her? I keep hearing those words running through my head, and I want to change right now for good. I have tried so many times to change, to learn to love my body, but I've never really truly found the answer. Is there an answer? There has to be an answer. Perhaps the answer is that I have to learn to be content with who I am as a human being and not what size jeans I wear. Or maybe the answer is to stop being so fucking self-centered. I have to stop focusing on myself and how I feel every damn minute of the day and start thinking about the people in my life who love me, the people who I've hurt deeply because of my body issues, the people that I've avoided because I'm too fat to go to your wedding. I have to start thinking about my children, especially my daughter, because I don't ever want to hear her say that she'd rather die than be fat.